USA! USA! USA!
Hey guys, Ryan here, and I'm with Greg, and we are talking about American Horror Story Cult. It is 7 seasons now of American Horror Story, and we're pretty pumped for this one.
7 seasons, and this one includes Trump, comic books, fancy food, Twitter, a sibling bond, ice cream trucks, and clowns. Lots and lots of clowns.
We'll be here all season long, so be sure to subscribe. We also have videos on Twin Peaks, Rick and Morty, and even season 7 of Game of Thrones, despite it being over, so check those out. The 7th season of American Horror Story opened with a handful of characters' reactions to watching the outcome of the 2016 election when, of course, Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton. Regardless of which reaction might have reminded you of your own, American Horror Story dialed it up a notch in its familiar extreme nature. Election night spurred a whole bunch of anxieties and phobias for Allie, which included blood, holes, confined spaces, and of course, clowns. Her wife Ivy has helped her through her anxieties for some time, as she mentioned it happened after 9/11 as well.
You gotta do your cookie.
I can't do my cookie breathing.
Give me one deep breath.
No.
On the other end of the spectrum is Kai. He's in celebration mode. He's literally dry humping his own TV, and he's covering his face with ground up Cheetos. Winter is Kai's sister, and she was devastated by the election, but also has this weird connection with Kai. Yeah, they do this weird ass pinky thing halfway through the scene. It's really unsettling. I don't know why they did it. Later on, we get an extremely frightening grocery store scene. Allie definitely shouldn't be shopping alone at night. Meanwhile, her wife Ivy isn't happy. Allie's anxieties are clearly taking a toll on the family.
Then Allie and Ivy are taking a nice little walk around the neighborhood, and Kai just throws a damn coffee all over them.
Dick move.
Total dick move.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, man. I tripped. You should have not been blocking the sidewalk.
Allie and Ivy are looking for a babysitter, and they hire Winter? Okay.
Not smart.
Proudest moment of my life was when Lena Dunham retweeted me. I got almost 6,000 followers from that. Just not enough to elect the first woman president.
Either she's a really good actress when
Or
it
they're-
comes to getting interviewed,
Yeah, or they're just terrible at vetting their babysitters.
probably both of those things, but what is going on with Kai and Winter? It's a really weird dynamic between those two.
Yeah, we don't know anything about them just yet, or their parents. Then Kai mocks a group with racial slurs and throws a condom of piss at them. So they beat him up, but you find out it's actually a setup and it's being recorded on an iPhone. That brings us to the night out with Allie and Ivy, who have to stay late at the restaurant. Allie's checking Twitter for Trump tweets and freaks out again. Someone needs to tell Allie to put her damn phone away at the dinner table.
He just tweeted again.
Meanwhile, back at home, Ozzy's spending some quality time with his babysitter. And Jesus, someone get rid of his clown comics immediately. The kid's drawing clowns murdering people in his spare time. Again, Winter is horrible. She interrogates him about his multiple moms and his dad.
They ever tell you about your dad? Everybody has one.
I'm supposed to say every family is special in their own way.
Yeah, she's pretty bad. She even shows him some dark web death videos on scaredtodeath.com. I tried to go to the site, it doesn't work, take my word for it. Then Ozzy looks out the window and he sees an ice cream truck full of clowns that enter the house across the street. Are they real or are they fake? Ozzy has quite the imagination. Allie and Ivy come home to a bunch of police cars, and all we know is that there was a murder-suicide next door according to the cops. Ozzy says that there was an ice cream truck, of course, and that the clowns murdered the neighbors.
I'm gonna go with Ozzy on this one. I think those clowns really were there, and I think this has something to do with Kai. Chang pissed off Kai earlier in the town hall scene, so this might have something to do with that. Or at least the people in that town hall may have something to do with the clowns.
What was that? I said there is nothing more dangerous in this world than a humiliated man.
Final scene of the episode, Allie is in bed and hears a noise, and then of course she turns over and there's a clown in her bed.
Okay, and here are a few things that we noticed in this episode. Chaz Bono's character's full name is Gary K. Longstreet. I love that. And he's missing one hand.
Winter brings up Ozzy's dad in that twisty coloring scene. I have a feeling that it's not a throwaway line, and we might find out more about his dad going forward.
Now, the Field Market grocery store where Allie had her big freakout is actually a huge shooting location in LA. They've shot in multiple shows there, such as Desperate Housewives and The Office.
Finally, Allie also suffers from trypophobia, which is the fear of clusters of small holes, which we saw in her therapist's office with the piece of coral, and at the restaurant with the spinach souffle that oozed blood. By the way, did everyone notice the human fingers on that plate as well? Guys, each week we're gonna do the dirty work. We're gonna count how many clowns are in each episode.
Why did I agree to this?
I'm sorry. So how many were in episode 1? Well, we have 1, just kidding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 total if you include Ozzy's drawings and of course the comic book that he has. Greg, how does that make you feel? 8 clowns.
Now, in all seriousness, the main group of clowns from the store and the ice cream truck scene have actual names, and they're not just random killing clowns. Their names are Pilar, Pentagram, Ball Gag, Holes, and Kooks.
So yeah, now you're gonna have nightmares. Now let's talk about our favorite moments from the episode 1. Greg, what was yours?
I actually love the grocery store freakout. Totally love that scene where she picks up the rosé bottle and tosses it at that clown. You can probably picture that being just an old woman like, no, stop it! And she's just running through the entire store, screaming, and then she crashes her car at the end.
Yeah, that was awesome. My favorite part was Twisty, the clown. Adding him into this season was awesome. I love how they incorporated the comic book and how they kind of brought the pages of the comic book to life. Also, huge shout out to the American Horror Story opening credits scene. I feel like every year it's pretty badass how they kind of
favorite part,
they
honestly.
they set the tone for the disturbing nature of these shows. So another stellar job by those guys in the opening credits.
All right, so we got our favorite moments. Now let's talk about our most f***ed up moments of the episode.
All right, has to be by far the grocery store scene. I'm sorry. I know it was your favorite moment. That just freaked me out way too much. We've all been there late at night shopping, not a lot of people in the grocery store, and that was like my worst nightmare come true. Having clowns appear out of nowhere and then disappear in mirrors, and then there's 2 having sex over by the watermelons. The music is all muffled over the PA system. That was just way too freaky for me.
It's all in Allie's head.
Also, note here, Rosé's not gonna help you against clowns that are trying to kill you. You stand no chance.
I don't know, it would probably help me.
It was pretty funny seeing her, trying to battle clowns with a bottle of rosé.
Oh, she just tosses that I could just see somebody working there. What the hell is she doing? My moment has to be the one with Kai and the workers outside.
Yes.
In the parking lot.
Yeah, that was horrible.
The La Cucaracha scene and the condom. That my anxiety went up to an 11 in that scene. I did not like it at all. Kai is completely unhinged, and going forward, you should only expect the worst from him.
Yeah, he's a total piece of shit. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right, time for winners and losers from this episode. Greg, who's your winner?
My winner's the clowns, easily. I mean, their presence was felt very quickly in this episode.
Yeah, they scared the shit out of all of us. My winner has to be Kai. I just thought that Evan Peters, he did a fantastic job, and he really makes you hate him.
Oh, he's doing
off the
an
bat.
incredible job right now.
You hate him. He might end up being the craziest character that he's played from this series, and that's saying a whole bunch. He even threw in a Trump impersonation in there.
It's gonna be huge.
By the way, wouldn't Evan Peters make a great Joker? If they're doing a Joker origin story, I feel like Evan Peters would be a great selection.
Start over, just put Evan Peters there, get rid of Jared Leto,
Yes.
and let's do this all over again.
I'm with you. All right, how about losers? Greg, who was your loser of the episode?
The Chang family, they didn't make it through the first one.
That's a good point. Yes, they didn't make it, so they lost. My
RIP.
loser has to be Winter. I mean, she has to be the worst babysitter in the history of babysitters, or people.
How did they, again, I want to come back to this. How did Allie and Ivy not vet her one bit?
Yeah,
They could have
horrible.
figured this out quickly.
Horrible job. Like, your child's life is in stake. Then she shows him videos of real deaths on the internet. And then if there's a murder going on across the street, you don't bring the kid closer to it to get a better vantage point.
Lift him up into the window so you can see what's going on. That's some great babysitting.
Yeah, that's horrible.
All right, guys, that wraps it up for us over here. Let us know in the comment section what you thought about this episode. Do you think the clowns are real, or are they just in Allie and Ozzy's head? And how many clowns do you think are gonna show up next week?
20.
Ugh.
20, Greg.
God damn this show.
What's that behind your back? Can you remember when you weren't scared all the time?
I'm sorry?
It's so easy until it's you they're coming for.
I let him in. I hope that's okay.
You let him in?
We must be vigilant and strong and ruthless!
You're just trying to make these people scared.
You're damn right I am.